Hi everyone, I'm Hegmo. Check out my little Moogle shirt. It's been a while since we did one of these updates, but there's a lot going on in Vana'diel this month, so I figured it'd be a great time to share a campaign and update video. On the update front, the April update has been live for about a week as of posting this video, and it brings with it a few small but significant changes. First of all, Paladin's Empyrean body is finally fixed. There's been a strange bug with this piece since it was released that caused a player that was wearing it to occasionally take extremely high damage from specific mob types under certain strange conditions, usually from Fomor mobs in Sortie and on Wave 3 of Dynamis Divergence. When wearing this piece, your Paladin would, even in Cap DT, occasionally just get one-shot exploded by an auto attack, and they've finally fixed it. This is a really good piece across the board, and it was really sad to see a lot of Paladins just entirely abandon it over the past couple years, but they finally fixed it, so it's back in action, and you can update all your equip sets accordingly. On that same note, ninja boss type mobs in Dynamis Divergence had some interesting bug as well, where they would occasionally do a cap damage single target Mijin Gakure on their target. Now, all the boss Volt mobs in Wave 3 will do an SP at a certain HP percent threshold. Depending on the mob, it could be one of two moves, but the ninja almost will always do a single target Mijin Gakure. I had mostly accepted that this was just how this mechanic worked, and we would try to pop a well-timed sacro or something like that to mitigate the damage as much as possible. But it turns out that this was also a bug. It had something to do with skill chains being prepared, causing weird spaghetti code damage multiplication. But as of last week, early reports from Dynamis show much more ninja survival, and that is great. Now, I do want to note that this wasn't a bug with Mijin Gakure in general. So if you're still dying to normal ninja mobs in the first and second waves, or even the unnamed ninja enemies in Wave 3, you do still need to wear your DT. So make sure you've got your engage set with your 50% DT, and you should be A-okay. Aside from that, there were also some changes to besiege routes and the movements of the enemy armies getting to Zabi faster, and there were also some changes to these still mostly useless Cardian test dummies. But more importantly, in the update, we have a new ambuscade with goblins as the target, and boy is this a quick one to knock out. We made a Goblin Ambuscade video last week to show our strategy on how we're doing it relatively quickly to cap out our hallmarks and gallantry for the month, and you can take a look at that if you're interested in seeing how we do it. And that's about it for the monthly update, but there's also a login campaign with a few interesting items. They seem to be mixing up the trust release formula with a number of recommended trusts that were previously only available as part of restricted campaigns, and they're now being listed for only 10 login points each for the month of April. So be sure to pick up those that you don't have. I personally used to use Koltada a lot, and I know that Sakura is actually a great buff if you're looking for skill ups and things like that. Be sure to check the normal list of limited time mounts. I like the spheroid quite a bit, and also level 1 lock style weapons like the Great Katana, for example, which is great for really easy low damage Abyssia procs or similar low damage weapon skill needs. Lastly, I missed this previously, but apparently they now have Beastman medals added to the 750 point option. These were previously listed at a much lower price and then corrected this month, but it's a great option to pick up a Beastman medal if you need it to trade in for a shard or something like that you're missing, or just want a little bit of extra gil. It's a great item to pick up and sell. And then lastly, we have the Sprung is Sprung? I wrote that down wrong. And then lastly, we have the Spring is Sprung battle content support campaign. And the main reason that I'm making this video as a PSA is the additional seal battlefield spoils campaign. Now, this is the most important thing that you can do. This campaign adds a number of bonuses and otherwise unattainable items to specific battlefields. Most importantly, it adds the coupon eye seal for a limited time. I can't express this enough. Get your eye seals. These allow you to skip all the seal gathering required from Abyssia to upgrade your Empyrean armor, and it seriously saves so much time. Just go do some Jurassic Park right now. No, like seriously, like we can wait for a minute. It's really fast. Just go do it. You go to Jurassic Park. You look around range 2. Notice you can buff outside. All your buffs stay out. You go in solo. So if you bring a party of friends, everybody goes in individually. And bingo, you got eye seals. See, that wasn't bad. Did you see how fast that was? Along with that, there is the increased seal and crest drop rate campaign, which simply increases the drop rate of seals and crests. You'll likely be complaining about how many of these are clogging up your inventory by the end of the campaign, so prepare for frequent trips to Shimo and Shami in Port Juno. There's also Omen campaigns running this month with the Omen Light Double Up campaign and the Job Card Campaign Plus. Excellent time to do Omen cards if you're starting a new job or finishing some artifact reforge. I know that I just started working on my Rune Fencer gear finally after I've been asked by my friends to make a Rune Fencer so that I can join certain Odyssey fights and get even stronger with multiple things. And I've been dragging my feet for the longest time, and now is the best time to do it because I can get those cards super fast. To go with our very easy Goblin Ambuscade, there's a Ambuscade Gallantry campaign, tripling your Gallantry daily for an added bonus to Ambuscade, which is always welcome. Is that really triple? Let me fact check myself. Scroll. Ambuscade Gallantry campaign. Doubled. Okay, oops. To go with our very easy Goblin Ambuscade, there's an Ambuscade Gallantry campaign, doubling your Gallantry daily for an added bonus to Ambuscade, which is always welcome. The Wildskeeper's Reives Campaign Plus is on, increasing drops from Wildskeeper Reives and reducing their respawn time to 5 minutes. If you still haven't done your Wildskeeper Reives Records of Eminence, for example, like me, or you just need a number of Adeline era JSE capes or something like that, now is a great time to do it. Oftentimes during this campaign, you can get a lot of HP bailed. A lot of times you'll find parties, especially on more populated servers, that just do a rotation of these running in circles like Fate Trains in Final Fantasy XIV. So it's a great time to pick up the Wildskeeper Reives and get those knocked out. The Double Accolades campaign will give you double amount of accolades for completing Records of Eminence, and it goes great with the Unity Wanted campaign, granting double coffers from Unity NMs. So farm up that Unity item that you haven't yet picked up, or farm up some items from coffers and just sell those on the auction house for decent gil. A lot of these items are used for NM pops and Odyssey and Esha and other things, so it's a great time to stockpile and stock up the auction house and help your wallet out a little bit as well. There's an Incursion campaign for increased drops. In Incursion, if you need coffers for Aeonic pops or something like that in Rice and Jima, it's a great time to pick up extra coffers there. I've also heard people farm these for gil sometimes during the campaign, so it could be a nice extra activity that you can do. Just run around, kill some Velk, and get some extra coffers for the month. The Alter Ego Expo grants increased HP and MP and elemental resistances to your trusts. Goes along great with our recommended trusts in the logging campaign this month, and you can even take advantage of this great passive buff with Matsui P, the limited time trust that's been added to the game right now. We also have the Dark Matter Arcane Glyptic campaign, which gives a few free Dark Matter augment attempts every day. I have personally given up on DM augments, but if you're chasing a specific buff still, make sure to stop by Asim daily for your little burst of disappointment when you get something really bad. Okay, I'm a little bit salty. And then lastly, as it always is on my list, Chocobo Digging Skill Up Increase campaign is going on. And that's it. Thank you for joining us this week. If you found this video informative, consider hitting the like and subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to me and the growth of the channel, so I appreciate it. I also stream Final Fantasy XI over at twitch.tv/Hegmo. So if you'd like to join us in our adventure live, drop by, follow the channel, and chat with us in real time as we take advantage of these April campaigns. Until next time, we'll see you next time. Bye.